If you have ever put things off to the very last minute in your life, whether that's in work, in the house, in life in general, this is the video for you. Watch every single part of it and make sure that you get what you need from this to never leave things to the last minute again. And I hear you cry, but it's always worked out well. I've always made it work. Whether it was handing something in at uni or whether it's work that needs to be taken care of in business, I've always made it happen. Well, that may be true, but the underlying reason is going to shock you to your very core. The reason why I'm no different, I have been there, I have lived it. The reason why you put things off and the reason why you leave things to the last minute when they are due to be done, this just-in-time mentality, the reason you do that is driven by guilt. You operate best on guilt. Yes, you heard me right. So, let me give you some context on that. When you need to have something handed in, you need an external pressure, you need something that is demanding it of you with no let up, no reprieve. Because if there's a reprieve, then you're quite happy to sit there on your laurels, rest on your laurels and not do the work until you know it has to be done and there is no other option. Now, why is that guilt, I hear you ask? Well, it's guilt because if you were going to do it for yourself, if you were willing to show up for yourself as the man who takes care of business, irrespective of when it needs to be urgent and has to be, there's no more time to wait. If you were showing up as that man and looking after yourself, respecting your time and who you are as a man, then you would handle that work when you knew the work had to be done, not when it must be done because there's no other time. So you allow this window to close in on you because guilt will motivate you to get it done because you couldn't live with not having it done. However, what does that say about this window of time that you didn't action it? That says that you just weren't disciplined enough. You didn't respect yourself enough. You didn't value your word enough. Or you didn't value the work that had to be carried out enough. But what you did do was become super concerned about other people finding out that you missed a deadline. You became concerned about being that man, the man who misses. Well, the reality is that's exactly who you are. And the reality is the reason why you don't want other people to find out and the reason why you get it done, irrespective of how much time you've got left, is because you know deep inside you that's who you are, but you want no one else to know. And that harbours guilt. And that guilt has to go. It has to go. And how does it go? It goes by deciding today, never. Like setting a standard. Set a new standard today that says, I will never leave things to the last minute because when they need to be done, when I have them handed to me and it comes into my world, my schedule, my to-do list, that means that task requires to be done. It requires energy. It requires life force from me to handle it and navigate it in the way that is most respectful of my time, of me who I am, of my energy, and of my frequency that I put out there into the world. And that is the most important part of your character, because when you do that and you show up for yourself every day to do the work that has to be done to get the results that you're looking to achieve, irrespective of what anyone else thinks or feels, when you show up as that man, you develop a respect that no one else could ever show you. And that is all I wish for you. Have an epic evening, day, whenever you're watching this. Have the best day possible. Show up as the man you decided to be today. Don't just relax into the subconscious pattern that has defined your life to this moment, largely driven by guilt. And I'll see you tomorrow.